Let's go live to Arlington, Virginia now and speak to the Republican strategist, Liam Donovan. Thank you for your time. Good to talk to you. What do you make of this non-concession, concession, and the fact that the GSA statement doesn't even have that phrase, President-elect, in it? Is it possible Mr. Trump will change his mind again tomorrow?
Look, I don't think we know what's on this president's mind at any given time, so anything can change. But I do think that this is a tremendously important step at a critical time for the country. I think the fact that this is even built up to this climactic point is a testament to just how low the bar is. This is a routine event in any other circumstance, and so the fact that, as you said previously, the fact that we know what the GSA was or who runs it is a testament to how weird this moment is. But I don't expect the president to do much more than acknowledge reality in the way that he has. And, I think Republicans can start to turn the page and move on. But I think the president's going to turn this into a narrative of from the legal realm to the court of public opinion. He's going to continue this and figure out what his next act is.
Well, yes, you talk about turning the page, but the president is still feeding conspiracy theories. Still the legal challenges go on without any meaningful evidence presented so far. He's still telling, something like 73, 74 million people who voted for him that actually they didn't lose, that the election was stolen, that the democratic process is corrupt. That can't be good, can it?
It's not good for the process. I think the retort from the Trump supporters would be that, well, this is the same thing that was done to the president, that the Russia hoax was perpetrated against him for the last 4 years, and this is somehow turned about this fair play. It's obviously toxic to the thing. Inflation is a problem. I'd like to hope that we can move past this. I think President-elect Biden, will seek to try to unify the country as much as possible in his early days of the presidency.
Liam, we're getting some glitches with the sound. Let's press on as long as you can hear me. I wonder how you think, where you think the Republican Party goes from here, and in particular, what all those millions of people need to hear from a Biden administration, need to see that administration do to somehow bring the country together.
Sure. I think President-elect Biden has as much credibility as anybody in that party does with people who are not consider themselves Democrats. And I think he has 80 million people who came out for him. I think the early signals of the type of people that he's selecting for his cabinet sends a positive message in terms of whether people thought that he was going to somehow be railroaded by the progressive wing of his party. That clearly doesn't seem to be the case in terms of the early days of his personnel, and I think that's a good sign moving forward. I'm not naive about the idea that there's going to be some kind of broad bipartisan comity, but I think this is a president-elect who appreciates the moment that he's in, the crossroads that we're at for a country, and I think it's going to be very important that he hits the ground running in terms of trying to distribute a vaccine and move this country in the right direction as we try to get over this pandemic.
Liam Donovan, thank you so much.
Thank you.